How does peace of mind and the chance of winning a $1,000 voucher sound to you? I'm Deborah Murphy, and today we're talking about the Hay Harvest Challenge in Saskatchewan.
You're listening to RealAgriculture.com. Get real, get connected.
All right, on June 23rd, the Saskatchewan Ministry of Agriculture, Central Testing Laboratories, and Saskatchewan PV Mart kicked off a province-wide Hay Harvest Challenge for forage producers. And here to talk about it is Nadia Mori, Regional Forage Specialist with the Government of Saskatchewan. Nadia, why did the Ministry of Agriculture and its partners decide to start this Hay Harvest Challenge?
Well, we essentially wanted to have kind of a fun and great way for producers to become more aware of the importance of feed testing. And especially this year where hay was scarce, or we're using different kind of feed sources than maybe in other years, it's so important that we do feed tests and know what is going into that ration for our animals over the wintertime. So the Hay Harvest Challenge is kind of a little incentive along that road.
How does it work?
It essentially works that you send in any feed tests that are being done. It can be on hay or green feed or any other feeds that might be used. And then a copy of the feed test is submitted to the Agriculture Knowledge Centre in Moose Jaw, and that's serving as the entry form. And it's by no means based on, whoever has the best hay test or the best feed test wins. It's just based on a luck of draw. And you can also then get, of course, prizes. Our main prize being the $1,000 gift certificate from PV Mart, and there's 4 $250 certificates from Central Testing to get more and free tests done through them.
So who would be eligible to participate?
Anybody who essentially has forages that they're testing in and around Saskatchewan would be more than welcome to submit their entries for the contest.
And do they have to, where do they get that entry form, I guess?
They can either just submit a copy of their feed test with a note saying that it is an entry for the Saskatchewan Hay Harvest Challenge, but ideally they would get a copy of our little booklet that we have called the Saskatchewan Hay Harvest Challenge, and then at the back it has a few entry forms in there that a person can submit.
Okay. And for people who have never done a feed test before, how do they go about that?
We do actually have probes that you can borrow from our offices, and then you kind of have to stick them into your hay bale. We are certainly happy to come out if you've never done it before, just to show you the first go around. In one feed lot, you want to sample at least about 20 bales to get an accurate sample of what's going on, and then pretty much just put it in a Ziploc bag, and there's a submission form that goes with it, and then you submit it to your lab as quickly as possible so there's little change in the sample that you're submitting.
And that official field record book that you can obtain from the ministry, It's not just an entry form. As you mentioned, there's other stuff in there. What can we look forward to reading about?
Yeah, it's a great little booklet. Fits perfectly in your back pocket or to be thrown in your truck or on your combine or in your tractor. It has field record sheets in it, so you can keep track of what you did to your different hay fields to see when you cut it, how much you got in terms of yields, and then compare it over time. And then it has great information as well on just the management of your forage stand, what to do if you have salinity problems, what the best times for harvesting would be, if you have some weed troubles, what some easy options would be, if you're using any kind of hay preservatives, and many more things that are in there. So it's really a great knowledge-packed little booklet that you can have.
And is it one application per producer?
No, you can send in as many as you like, essentially as many feed tests as you're doing. So if you're sampling 10 different feeds and you have 10 different tests, that's 10 entries right there.
And we can already start entering into the contest right now. When is the deadline to have our applications in by?
The deadline is January 15th of next year, of 2016. And you, as you said, you can start sending in entries anytime now, just as soon as you've done the feed test. The end line of January 15th is essentially because by that time, hopefully you have done your feed testing, because by that time you're already probably somewhere deep into the winter feeding portion.
Indeed. Very good. Nadia Mori, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.